Welcome back to Nation of Glory. Tonight, we journey into the life of a woman whose imagination built a world so vast, so magical, and so beloved that it became part of our collective childhood. A woman who turned her struggles into fuel, who wrote her way from the depths of despair to the peak of literary history. Her name is Joanne Rowling, though the world knows her by the pen name, J.K. Rowling. This is the story of a dreamer who refused to give up, and in doing so, gave the world one of the most iconic tales ever told. Joanne Rowling was born on July 31, 1965, in Yate, Gloucestershire, England. Her early life was not one of luxury. She grew up in a modest home, the eldest of two sisters, and was surrounded by countryside fields and small-town life. Her parents, Peter and Anne, worked hard, her father as an aircraft engineer, her mother as a science technician, but money was always tight. Still, what Joanne lacked in wealth, she more than made up for in curiosity and imagination. As a child, Joanne loved books. They were her escape, her comfort, and her gateway to worlds beyond her own. She devoured stories of adventure and magic, her mind painting vivid pictures with every page she turned. At just 6 years old, she wrote her first story about a rabbit named Rabbit, complete with adventure and a cast of imaginative characters. By the time she was a teenager, Joanne had filled notebooks with tales, though she kept them mostly to herself. Writing was her secret joy, a private realm where she could create without limits. Her teenage years were shadowed by hardship. Her mother's health began to decline due to multiple sclerosis, a diagnosis that changed everything for the family. Joanne watched her once energetic and lively mother battle a disease that slowly took away her strength. The experience marked her deeply, shaping the themes of love, loss, and resilience that would later fill her work. After finishing school, Joanne attended the University of Exeter, where she studied French and classics. She spent a year in Paris, immersing herself in language and literature. Upon graduating, she moved to London, working various jobs, from researcher to secretary. But no matter where she worked or how busy she was, the urge to write never left her. Then, in 1990, while on a delayed train from Manchester to London, the idea that would change her life arrived. She saw, as if in a flash, the image of a young boy with messy black hair and glasses, a boy who didn't yet know he was a wizard. The idea came fully formed, a school for magic, a hidden world, and a hero's journey. By the time the train pulled into the station, Joanne knew she had to tell his story. She began writing immediately. But life was about to take her on a difficult path. Her mother's health worsened, and later that year, she passed away. Joanne was devastated. Her grief seeped into her writing, giving her work an emotional depth that would later resonate with millions. The loss of her mother also influenced her portrayal of love, mortality, and the presence of those we lose, but never forget. In the years that followed, Joanne moved to Portugal to teach English. It was there she met and married a Portuguese journalist. The marriage, however, was short-lived, and after the birth of her daughter, Jessica, Joanne found herself a single mother. In 1993, she returned to the UK, settling in Edinburgh, Scotland, with her infant daughter and a manuscript she had yet to finish. Those were her hardest days. She was unemployed, living on government assistance, and struggling with depression. She often wrote in cafes, while Jessica slept beside her in a stroller, the warmth of the cafe providing comfort she couldn't find at home. She described herself as being as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. Many would have given up, but Joanne refused. She kept writing, believing in the story she had begun years before. By 1995, she finished the manuscript for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. She sent it to multiple publishers, facing rejection after rejection, 12 in total. Each letter could have been the end of the road, but she kept going. Then, Bloomsbury Publishing took a chance. In 1997, the book was released, with an initial print run of just 500 copies, many of which went to libraries. Almost instantly, the magic spread. Children devoured the story, falling in love with Harry, Hermione, Ron, and the enchanted world Rowling had created. The book won awards, gained attention, and set the stage for something extraordinary. But no one, not even Joanne herself, could have predicted what came next. The series exploded in popularity. Each new book release became an event, bookstores filled with midnight lines of eager readers, news cameras capturing the excitement. From 1997 to 2007, Rowling released 7 Harry Potter books, each one bigger, bolder, and more beloved than the last. The books sold over 500 million copies worldwide, translated into more than 80 languages, and adapted into one of the most successful film franchises in history. The success transformed Rowling's life. She went from writing in cafes on government support to becoming one of the wealthiest authors in the world. Yet, she never forgot her struggles. She became a philanthropist, donating millions to causes close to her heart, including multiple sclerosis research in honor of her mother, literacy programs, and charities supporting children and vulnerable communities. Through it all, Rowling stayed grounded in her purpose. She once said she valued the years of struggle because they gave her the resilience she would need later. Her story became more than just about the boy who lived. It became about the woman who wrote him, a testament to perseverance, the power of imagination, and the courage to keep going when the world seems determined to stop you. Even after the final Harry Potter book, Rowling continued to write, exploring crime fiction under the pseudonym Robert Galbraith, publishing new works, and speaking publicly about the importance of storytelling. She inspired a generation not only to read, but to dream. And for many, her own life story is as magical as the worlds she creates. From a delayed train ride to a literary empire, from poverty to international acclaim, Joanne Rowling's journey is proof that no dream is too big, and no obstacle too great if you keep moving forward. She gave us magic, yes, but she also gave us hope. The hope that even in our darkest moments, something extraordinary can be born. Thanks for watching. This has been Nation of Glory. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that inspire, move, and keep you listening until the very last word.